Greg. Mike. Two bandits. Watching Bluey.
This episode is called The Show.
What up, party people, and welcome
Happiness, baby!
to episode 71 of
gosh.
Two Bandits Watching Bluey.
They keep making this show!
I'm your good pal, Greg Painter.
There he is. I see him right there.
And with me,
In the flesh.
he just went boom boom in his nappy. And his name is...
Hey, Bibe. My name is Mike Martin. How you doing, Bibe?
Doing good, Bibe.
What's up, dude?
I'm here. I'm excited. It's time for the show. Episode 71. You know what I realized?
Jumping right in. He's not even hesitating, folks.
Oh, I'm not hesitating. He who hesitates is lost, good sir. But I realized a thing while going and visiting our good pals at Wiki Bluey.
Yes.
And scrolling down through the list. We're a little bit over halfway through these episodes, my dude.
To what?
Hey.
The end?
Hey, Joe.
Uh-oh.
Make some more episodes, my dude.
Oh, no!
We hit the 70 as far as released episodes at the moment. We're halfway.
We're hitting the blue wall?
We're hitting the Bluey wall.
Oh, no!
We've got 1.5 years of magic left.
And we're about to go full
So, season
chasing
4.
the bin chicken.
Get
and
yourself here.
Going
Get
flying
yourself
into
here.
bushes. Brum, help us out, dog.
We're not talking about Peppa Pig.
No.
That ain't happening. We'll just do it all again, probably.
I'd watch
In reverse order.
and listen and record in reverse order. Well, we have our conspiracy board, so we can start discussing
We'll
other
do it
things
in
too.
chronological order, which
Ooh.
we're going to have a chat about that in
Oh.
a couple minutes. Before I get to that, though,
Why is that? We are here to do what?
see
Talk about
what?
what?
our pals at Wiki Bluey have to say about the show.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
What's at the show?
When Bingo drops Mum's breakfast in bed on the floor, she's convinced she's ruined her big day. But Bluey helps make amends by putting on a play on how Mum and Dad first met. Because we're talking about the show.
Not bad. That's when I did come across the Wiki Bluey, I was like, oh, that's it. But sometimes the most subtle Wiki Blueys make for.
Wait a second. You saw this Wiki Bluey in advance?
I did cheat. Yes. I wanted to check something, and you know what's very difficult to do? When you search the word Bluey show, a lot of other things pop up on the internet. So it's kind of hard to narrow down your search options, so I did have to rely on Wiki Bluey for a moment. I apologize. Spoiler alert, I knew what the show is. So
Did you know, unlike Father's Day, though, Mother's Day Australia, Mother's Day US, same date.
it's not the same in Australia?
No, that's what I'm saying. Father's Day isn't the same. Mother's
Why
Day is the
not?
same. Father's Day
Just
in
make
Australia is in September 4th.
So I get 2.
There you go.
Let's go, baby! It's awesome!
September 4th versus July...
June.
June 19th this year. Boom shakalaka laka.
I can't with him today, folks.
But it's Mother's Day.
It is Mother's Day. This episode is legit.
Brekky
The
in
end.
bed. You
Okay.
see what she got there? That's a spread. Mm-hmm. We got some pancakes.
Yep.
Got some jam.
Yep.
Got an apple. Get nice little some posies, some pretty flowers.
So she wasn't left waiting in bed all day waiting for breakfast,
omelet?
unlike somebody else. So I'm gonna say just a little shout out, even though this episode does hit hard in certain ways.
Oh.
Shout out to Bandit making sure that brekky was ready to go for that young lady.
Disagree to shouting out Bandit right now.
Okay, go ahead.
I've got some feels about Bandit because, hey, Bandit,
Uh-huh.
as somebody with an 8 and 5-year-old and
Yep.
who's had a 7 and 4-year-old, you're not walking in the room empty-handed, giving the older one a flower and giving the little one the balancing act of plates and bowls and pancakes and syrups. That is the heaviest thing. That is the most difficult thing to carry. If little Bingo wants to play along, grab that jam off that plate. Here you go, Bingo. Carry the jam upstairs. I'll take the plate.
Maybe that alludes to what the episode's about. In
Bandit
many
dropping the
ways.
ball.
Somebody wanting to carry all of the weight and feeling really bad when it doesn't work out.
Interesting.
But
you've got some feels later. I'm excited to see what that is.
This episode is. I think this one is one of the most.
You,
this one is an onion of an episode. There are layers upon layers all over the place.
It is. Spoiler alert. I teared up today watching at the very end. At the very, very end. But Dad, because he was just holding his arm out behind Bluey.
Helping?
No, that's not helping. We are off the rails, and we're at moment 5 seconds in.
She's got brekky ready to go in the morning. Dang it! You know what? I'm proud of. Sometimes it's the E for effort, not the.
I felt for Bingo here too for another reason.
Okay.
Because we do this with our kiddos sometimes, and it's hard to not react when a thing happens, when something breaks, drops. We are a family that a lot of times go, oh,
you do the gasp?
Oh my God. Well, I don't. Shout out to my dear wife, Beth. She is a, and I'm going to get smacked when she hears this probably, but I am more of a, oh my gosh, or
That also doesn't help too.
No, it also doesn't, but it's easy to react big when things either, well, for us, it's not so much dropping or breaking things.
Sure.
It's kind of is
everybody okay?
It's kind of like the sleepy time moment of Bluey walking into the room while you're asleep and you wake up. We just kind of sometimes can open our hall room doorway and then just walk out and just child sounds like jump scare, and then they start crying and run away. Where in this case, Mom just like, oh my goodness,
yeah,
like not just like, oh, it's all right. It was like shock and oh no, and Bingo just bye, I'm out.
She turns off there. She does kick into the only thing she knows how to do right away. When she feels like she broke something big there, is she feels like she ruins every Mother's Day.
Oh, I ruin Mother's Day every day. Oh, it's like how Earth Day is every day, Mother's Day is every day, and Bingo's done ruining the darn thing.
The ears go back, dude.
Poor sweet baby angel Bingo.
He's doomed. He's doomed over here. That's right.
I do like a height chart in the closet. There's small shout out things. Do we have a Fin Man height chart? Does he have
He has one upstairs. Gonna happen in about 2 weeks.
Are you doing old school writing on your actual walls?
We have actually it's a 5-foot ruler that he stands next to, and we mark it and we write down 6 months, yada yada. So he's got his 6th year coming up in 3 weeks, and that boggles my mind. But he's sprouting, so we do have one. I used to have my parents let us do it on the fridge. That's what.
That's smart. That's easy to erase.
It's a lot. That nasty yellow fridge that I had when I was 8. Yeah, they probably wanted to get rid of it either way. So erase, dumpster, what have you.
We have the same thing. The big ruler on the wall that we got from some sort of craft fair, I think. It's got their names on it. But when I was little, I just remember at my grandparents' house just standing in the kitchen. Pretty much every time I showed up was like,
on the wall.
Let's see how tall I am. I grew a centimeter. What's up?
That makes sense. That's they use metric over
in
Australia, right?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, so we're the
weirdos. Those Americans.
Latchkey kids over here.
Those cheeky Americans.
But they had the ruler. They also have I think it's been in other episodes, but you get the John Luke and the Bluey drawing in the background.
You got Jetpack Bingo.
You got Jetpack Bingo that brought me a lot of joy in this episode. And Chili coming out with such a great phrase of, it'll take more than that to ruin my day, Bingo.
That's very positive mummery.
Come on now, it's not good. You're gonna bring me down with that.
And then it's checklist time. Bluey checklist. Have a little cry. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off and keep going. The show must go on. So that is great.
And the cool thing about it is that right now, Bingo's in that crying phase. She is. So when she said, that's the only one I'm doing right now, it's the only one I'm good at right now, is because it's what she's experiencing.
When you're that size, everything's tragic. Oh, there's
any setback. When you're that size, when you're any size, dude, it's life. And she's in the crying moment. You have to embrace the crying moment, and she is.
This is one of the because we when Em was younger was Daniel Tiger all the time. Yep. Daniel Tiger taught us how to feel our feelings in an awesome, super way. This is a very Daniel Tiger-esque moment. Like I can see him doing the checklist and having to cry, pick yourself up, take a step back, and ask for help type of situation.
Finn got down with the DT a little bit. Yeah, A little bit.
Daniel's the man.
It's a very
Shout out
cheerful
Daniel Tiger.
neighborhood.
That's what we'll do when we get a year and a half from now. We'll do every single Daniel Tiger episode.
See what happens, Joe? You see what you almost do?
Exactly. Season 4, make it happen, Captain.
So I think what's interesting is with the chaos sphere that we have of the Blueyverse, I think this episode may happen before Bike.
I think this happens very early as well. And I'll say why in a minute.
Yeah.
I'll say why in a minute when we get to that part of the episode.
My thought right now to relay it to Bike is she's still figuring out the checklist of the crying and then the next steps. In Bike, she can't get the water. She goes under the water fountain. She starts crying to herself and she says, I'm going to stand up, dust myself off. Let's do this. So this is a very big episode happening in front of us right now, dude.
The board is going to have so many red strings all over it by the time that we're done here. I also very much like the instant feel better moment of just sat on the ground and, hey, let's do a show. Okay. Like, just the tone. Like, again, we shout out the voice acting of the kiddos on this a lot. Just the way her voice changed. Like, okay. Yes. It was very much, I'm down and I'm getting better now. I'm not all the way there. But let's move on to the next thing and have the world be a better place again. Again,
exactly.
Very much a Little way of thinking.
And this one also, I think across the board, I don't know if it'll affect my rankings in the end. But this episode probably has one of my favorite voice actor experiences that you get from the entire family. Everybody is so invested, whether it's the random gut laughter that you're going to get from people in the future of this episode, the bingo elevation of voice and the excitement from being really sad. It's so well scripted and acted by everybody that's on the credits, all two of them that are on the credits.
People are the best. But we're at the theater. We've got field hockey stick.
Yep. Oh.
That is when I fell in love with the show. Like when they first introduced field hockey, that's when I was like, oh, Chili's Beth. Beth's Chili. They are the same.
Oh, that's right.
She is Miss Field Hockey. We play field hockey in the backyard with the kids when there's not feet and feet of snow on the ground, which there actually is.
There's not
right now.
Don't jinx us.
But I just love seeing the field hockey stick. They call it hockey over there, and that's okay. Yeah. We have ice hockey here, so we got to differentiate.
Yes.
But we've got that. We've got that oversized sweater, which just too cute, and it's theater time.
That's right. You got to bust out
about this production.
You got to bust out the 3D glasses with your opera glasses. Love it. So they had 3D glasses at the ready.
I was about to say they weren't fooling around for a game that came together real quick.
Game show, is it? Game show? No, lame joke is not landing at all. Do you have 3D glasses at the ready in your household?
We definitely have 3D glasses in our household. I'm pretty sure I could find them really quick. We have little bins underneath the dress-up box that have one of them is all sorts of necklaces, one of them is all sorts of like crowns and stuff, one of them's like all sorts of eyewear stuff. We are big dress-up people.
Okay, just make
big dress-up
that's
people.
Right. You do have to be at the ready, don't you? Dang, I do for my wedding, but that's all.
I do like
yes.
Bingo is so supportive throughout this episode, or excuse me, Bluey is so supportive.
Bluey is
to
super
Bingo.
supportive.
It's like, you're gonna do this, you got this. I promise I'll try not to mess up. You won't. Just like, I know you won't. I'm not concerned. Not Bluey being, just don't screw this up. You're red and mom's red, so you've got to make this happen.
And a lot of the animation that you see throughout the episode, and especially at the end of the episode, is you see the balance between Chili and Bingo with how their laughter is. Their eyelids are so similar in the end, of course, but they show the similarities between it. And Carrie called it out last night when our boy Bandit shows up in the play. She's like, the blue healers are always just looking for the attention for themselves in that moment, and that's exactly what's happening between both. But the play starts. I'm sorry,
and and that's kind of a little bit of a drawback to barbecue too.
Yes,
because Bluey is emulating Bandit, and Chili and Mom are the two. Don't forget the salads.
Yes, very much so. So
I need to take a break from talking about the show, though.
What? That's what we're here for.
My dude, that skyline.
Oh, it's so cool.
Backyard. Those healers have literally the best house in all of Brisbane.
Those $9 bucks are taking care of something, and whatever archaeology trip he went on, and whatever he stole Indiana Jones style, but made his own profit on it.
Museum.
It is.
Just got the bridge, got the towers, got the just perfect.
And
perfect.
Whatever the purple leaves are that are falling, and I'm sure somebody will tell us exactly what they are. So
well, we know there's purple trees because I was like, that has to be fake. And then somebody reached out. I think that was our buddy Kim. Reached out and was like, yeah, there's purple trees, guys.
Yeah, of course there is. Here's a photo of me next to 2 of them. It's great over here. Enjoy your snow.
Shout out to Justin. It's like, when we asked him, they're like, is it really as magical as it looks? Yup. Yeah. It's like, cool. Thanks.
Thank you so much,
Justin.
So as the introduction of, what's your mom name? What's your non-mom name? Do your little ones know your not mom names?
They definitely know my not mom name. They I can't remember if it was a Patreon or a regular episode, but Liv's been taken to calling me Greg and Beth just on the slide, like knowing it's
great,
being cheeky.
Love it.
She's like, hey Beth, and I'm like, what? Hey Greg. I was like, what are you doing?
I'll hear from upstairs. I'm just like, hey Mike, bro. This better be about video gaming or something goofy, because I'll be your bro. We're gonna be Mike, but help me out there.
The rougher one is, this is before she was a mom. In the old days.
The laugh from Bandit is so good in that moment where he's like, "Ha! Got her!"
It's funny, though, because kids think if you're like 40, you're a bajillion years old. Of course. What are we talking about? Emily was talking about an astronaut that she learned about in the space program who went into space in the 90s or something.
The old
and they're like, yeah. I looked the person up to find, shout out Mae Jemison. Looked her up and it's like, is it this person right here? It's like, yeah, but she passed away. And I was like, oh, she did? And I looked it up and I was like, no, she's still alive. But the 90s were so long ago. It's like, ouch, dude.
Oh, man.
Ouch, dude.
This is that TikTok where it's like, hey, to all the people that were born before the 2000s, the old ones. And pause. Come on, man. We're still alive and kicking and doing good things.
I saw some meme that I thought was going to be like a fun thing. It was like, if you grew up playing this, and it was a Super Nintendo, it was like, if you grew up playing this, remember your ibuprofen so your back doesn't hurt today. It's like, hey.
That was my third console.
That wasn't kind.
What are you doing? What do you mean?
Moving on.
Yeah, please and thank you.
She loves to dance. Oh. She loves to play hockey.
That's right.
That was some good bingo moves right there. Just rocking the hockey stick over her head. She was so lonely.
No, I wasn't.
And then I love this because we've got those red strings and the people who make this knowing the words that they say. Where did you meet Dad? There's some dispute on that.
There is.
But let's say
a little
London.
debate.
That sets up Fairy Tale right there.
Which
is just so great. When I first heard it, I was like, that's kind of a weird thing to say. But okay. But no, that's Fairy Tale.
There you go.
Long-term storytelling.
It's flowing. Oof. Have we ever hit the concrete? This is the first episode of Bluey conversation ever. Before. Like, as in, this is the first one in all of the storylines.
I mean, technically, it's got to be Fairy Tale. And then it's got to be...
Oh, because and camping already happens, too, because you got the drawing in the background.
Yeah.
Dang it.
It's got to be... Fairy Tale has to
put the board together,
the flashback
man.
part of Fairy Tale. And then... Baby Race.
Yep. Oh, yep.
One of these days, that'll be once we get through the next 70 episodes. We'll slowly do the timeline.
Dig deeper.
That's even deeper.
That's humanly possible. When they actually meet, when
the party in London.
Yeah. Oh, they get. You see the Please Eyes just for a second. The little glimmer of Please Eyes.
I don't know why London's so fancy to them, but they are all about the Queen, all about London. Pull out your candles, Your Majesty. It's very good.
Oh, the Queen voice is fantastic. She might be. Dang it, I don't want to spoil her that. But I don't really remember. He goes, You wouldn't.
That was
dog dunking on her.
So good. She was partying heartily that night, clearly.
Chili doesn't remember where they met. The dump. It's perfect.
What were they doing in London? So they didn't know each other, and they both just happened to be at a party in London from Brisbane?
Maybe London was the name of the street or we have a Mexico, New York.
Oh,
So if I told my kid today, Greg and I met in Mexico, he'd be like, ooh, Mexico. Even though there's a Mexico, New York about 8 miles away from us. Maybe there's a London, Is there a London, Australia? That thing. I'm planting seeds, baby, and they're going to start growing. That's how you build an orchard. Come on, London, Australia. Come on, London, Australia. Right next door to Scotland, Australia, and north of Rome, Australia. We've got London, Australia. Please.
Hey, friend, let us know. Because from my quick search, it doesn't appear so. But there are small towns out there.
Whatever.
Anything can happen.
So I think in this moment, this is where husband is created. Husband bingo. Because
sure thing, babe.
Of Bluey's interpretation of what a husband is and who Bandit is. And she's got that, like, just raunchy version of Bandit. Hi, babe. Like, wearing an Australian flag around her neck like a cape. Gorgeous, keeping the good vibes going for bingo in that moment. It's so good. And I think that's where, Bluey is one that sticks to her role and does it, and Bingo adapts it and creates this randomly creative character of husband and doodad and what have you down the line. So,
romance trip to Italy.
A romance trip.
Love you, babe. Love your ears, babe. Love your stinky feet.
My stinky feet, my belly button.
Yeah, your belly button, babe. That's not how it happened. It was.
Because Chili's feeling feels so hard, and I mean, gifts are cool. Gifts are great. Always make sure that you get flowers for your significant on a Mother's Day experience and your mom. Shout out to the moms. But sometimes it's the experiences too that make it be like, this is a great day.
Exactly.
So, but
do the things, take the time. Whee! But now it's costume change time. Bingo's all excited. I haven't screwed up yet.
Yeah.
Now, here's where I'm saying we have another timeline thing.
Okay.
This happens before Keepy Uppy.
Okay.
We've got 4 balloons in that bag.
Yeah.
Just finished our last blue balloon. There's a red, a green.
A green.
I believe like a more opaque, kind of clear.
Sure.
And maybe an orange. But we've got a red Keepy Uppy balloon in there.
Because it's not going to be pre-greeny, because greeny was brought home from a restaurant in some fashion.
But I think this is pre-Keepy Uppy.
I can see that, yes.
We're down to my last balloon. There's more than one balloon in there right now. And they make it seem like balloons are a rare commodity because it was such a big deal to have that last balloon pop.
They've got so much going on at this household, and they're just rolling in the dough with that view. But balloons, am I right?
I like the quick 2, pregnant Chili.
Mm-hmm.
It's me. And then Chili just like thumbs up, like, yeah.
Okay, cool. We're going to be on the same page about one thing coming up, I'm sure. The thumbs up that does happen, Bluey is saying it with assumption. This is first time that Chili's pregnant. Look, it's me. And Chili gives this very like, yeah, of course it is. And there's some levity here, man.
Pop. And then
this moment is...
Then the handhold, and this, we're not breaking new ground here.
No, not at all.
There's a lot of belief.
We're not revolutionaries.
That reaction from Chili was saying that Bluey's a rainbow baby, that there was a miscarriage somewhere along the line, which interpret as you will. It can easily be that. It can be, oh dunk, we're about to have a meltdown moment here. So I'm not going to tell you how to interpret your kid's show.
Absolutely feel how you feel about this. I think the thing that showed the direction that they were looking to do with how this episode is working was the reaction from Bandit and Chili of, you see Bingo reacting and running away and crying, and Bluey's awesome about it because she goes and consoles, and as opposed to the parents responding in the same way that Chili did in the beginning of the episode, saying, oh my goodness, it was an immediate frown, an immediate grab of affection from Bandit saying, it's okay, we've got this.
Yeah.
And as Bingo runs away, she doesn't run to console Bingo. She's feeling a wave of emotion in that moment.
And Bandit's not running to console Bingo. He's consoling Chili for the moment.
So there's a lot of well done writing in this episode that oofa doofas across the board.
It does. Luckily, Chattermax is there to bring us back to the fun zone.
He's really gotta go potty, man. Poor Bandit's like, not poor Bandit, of course. There's a lot going on in this episode. But I mean, if you got a full bladder, you got a full bladder. Sometimes you gotta step away.
There's a moment happening. You got stuff to do.
I mean, the hands that come out from Bandit to grab that Chattermax, I think, is where Chattermax goes and why Chattermax is under the sink, because Bandit's like, get out of here right now.
It's not time for you.
No time for the Chattermax.
Also,
at all.
Poor Bingo again. This wasn't her fault.
No, not at all.
Not in any way. She didn't pop it on purpose. It just, if grass can pop it, I gotta believe coarse dog hair can easily pop it underneath a sweater.
Yeah, they got some really weak balloons there in Australia. Maybe that's the thing.
That could be a pop.
They're scared.
Possibility. That's
a possibility.
Possibility.
But Bingo gets consoled by Bluey there, right after, which is great. Go ahead.
Exactly. Right with what you're saying. It's a good parent moment for Chili and Bandit too, to see their kids taking lessons that they've taught them, that they are actively teaching them, and just Bingo like, checklist. Let's go.
Yep. And I think this is where all-encompassingly, that is what we talked about beforehand, the major mental health theme of this episode is Chili just embracing where she is right now, but also like when Bluey goes to Bingo and she says, we can't do the show without you. You are, Mom. What? Yeah. Crushing. And it cuts to Chili a little bit like, that's right. Things have happened, but then what happens next? Checklist.
Have a cry.
Whew.
Pick ourselves up. Dust ourselves off. And keep going.
Dunk, man.
Exactly. this. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is. And there's...
Go figure, a Bluey episode that gets super stinking deep and gets us all the feels and means a lot, whether you're a 5-year-old watching this and just chuckling at what's going on,
or them late 30s
just going through this, that, or the other thing and having something to help lift you up, and dust you off, and keep you going.
I read comments about it because I did finally find something that said it, and I don't have credit to the person that said it. And this is the exact sentence that I read, and it says, Bandit tries to tell Chili that she is needed after whatever happened, and that she can try again. Chili was consistently saying it was her fault, and she ruined it. And she had to try and have a cry and cope about what happened beforehand. So it's just this cyclical episode of, it's the same. The checklist exists across the board with everybody.
7-minute show.
And
7-minute show.
Take it as you will. Of course, because it can just be, have your own mental checklist. There you go. Go through the things, do the things, and in the end, Bingo does that.
Bingo does it, and we have a new recruit.
That's right.
We have a big blue guy playing the little blue girl.
You got to pull him in with that. How do you rope him in? You rope him in with the hockey stick, and bring him into the play, and you see the queen get chucked. And
later, Queenie.
How rude. Which was wonderful. In that moment of like heaviness, just that 1 second of levity, that Bluey was the one that brought into it.
Exactly. And Bluey and Bandit just being goofballs and then running off.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the moment that I was just sitting watching this before we got here and just the end and then just Chili's face like, again. And it's like, oh gosh.
Of all the things to put in the end credits, to just have the stock photo of Bluey dancing. Come on. There was a chance to throw something in there. Have Chattermax for you.
Amazing episode.
Very heavy, very amazing.
It's heavy. Again, when we get to the grand finale bracket, not 4-parters, just one big old heap and help in a bracket. This one's going to have a few words said about it. I got to believe.
Think at least the Elite 8 is going to be?
We'll find out.
Oh, goodness.
We'll find out. But first, I want to find out something from you. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing, I have 4 of them written down, so I'm just gonna go with the initial one.
The entire episode.
That's correct. I'm gonna give it because there's such a heavy moment that does happen, and Bluey still having that moment of how rude with the Queen because the moment feels so heavy and you can tell there's a lot going on. And Bluey's just experiencing it and has that's either a coping technique that she has for comedy, or it's just she's still being a kid and that's what's happening. And she puts on the Queen accent and it cuts to the Queen for one moment. How rude. and it's gone. It's great. So good. So that was my favorite thing today. What was your favorite thing the episode?
My favorite thing was Bluey and Bingo doing the checklist with each other. That moment in the end where, again, taught by a parent, taking that lesson, applying it to make things better, and then just having mom and dad there to hear it and see it happening and helping that moment feel good for them.
I love that. That's awesome. With that being the case, then, who was your favorite character?
I am going to cheat, and I'm going to say Chili as both Chili and the actor portraying Chili in the role of Chili.
Dang it. That's really good.
Just Chili was...
You double dipped then.
Did I? Sneaky.
Who is? Hang on.
Chili the adult does a great job just teaching lessons and being chill with things.
Wow, I don't think we've ever done that, so that's beautiful.
And again, that just last minute moment of the episode. And then little Bingo as Chili doing a great job acting, doing her mom proud.
Because she's aspiring to be who she is, and she knows how to learn and grow as a person and have the checklist. Dang it, this is difficult.
Hey, Mike, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character was... I think it is... Bluey's version of Bandit. Then you know what? I'm just gonna leave it to that.
That's a good heavy to comedic that we are doing right now.
Yes, because I mean I love your stinky fake vibe. It's just and it's the creation of the husband character. Hopefully for Bingo in the future. Bingo's learning so much, and Chili's fantastic, and Bandit is great. And it's good to see that version of Bandit is still gonna be projected on somebody else as time goes on in life, because Blue was not afraid to embrace that banditito vibe of, oh, yes, excuse me, vibe. Jolly good. Oh, just everything was
So then how do you rank this episode?
Doofa. I'm going to rank the episode 1 concerted effort to make a brekky on Mother's Day. No, I take that back. I pivot. I say
out.
Nay. I'm going to still keep it in, but dang it, I'm going to put it on the... I have to rank this episode... one bigger tearjerker than I anticipated remembering of this episode. I really do. Dang it. I really do. As much as I want to give it fart noises and babes and... Dang it. One tearjerker. Wow, that's a, but I have to ask you, Greg, is it possible this week? Am I ever going to find a time that I can't ask you the question? You won't be able to, but I think this week you still have one. How are you going to rank episode 72 of Bluey?
I'm going to rank this 5 cocktails, the number of cocktails Chili apparently had the night she met Bandit, which is why she doesn't remember the Queen being there.
Oh, can I rank it 1 London, Australia that exists?
We'll find out.
Thank you.
We'll find out.
Oh, I made it.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Time. linktr.ee/watchingbluey.
That's us.
Merch, Patreon, socials, TikTok. Check it all out there.
Are you sick of us yet?
Email watchingbluey@gmail.com.
Yes.
Send us your takes, your feels. Rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Hey, Mike.
Yeah?
I realized one of the people I shouted out last week actually gave us a bad review.
Oh, no, one of those.
I know.
What do you mean?
So I prefer a 5-star review. We got 4 stars instead of 5. It's okay, though. Hopefully you can go back in one day and we'll earn that last star back.
I rang this episode 1 star that we need back from that review. Oh, no.
But rate, review, subscribe.
Yes.
Reach out. Let us know things. P.O. Box 2372, Syracuse, New York 13220. Send us stuff. Woo. We like it.
Yes.
Makes our heart happy. And lastly,
oh my goodness, I don't even know.
Most important.
Is this the Sydney Opera House? Are you gonna go big? Did I do it?
If you want to see some beautiful improv theater,
okay,
check out the Big Fork Theater in Brisbane, London, in Brisbane, Australia. Look what you've done to me.
We've done it.
In 2022, they opened the Big Fork Theater in Fortitude Valley to give it a home for homegrown Brisbane comedy.
I love it.
Since they started, Big Fork Theater has been dedicated to collaborative, ensemble-based improv and sketch comedy, and committed to local comedy is still alive in Brisbane.
Hashtag Big Fork, yeah.
BigForkTheater.com. The end.
No! You had one option, one choice. Wonderful, amazing, astounding.
That was a beautiful show. Should we do it again?
I think that should be continued in some fashion.
Should be continued. So I guess until the next one, it's got to be done.
It's gotta be done, man. Of course. Do you love my stinky feet?
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Oh, do you love my belly button?
Oh, yeah. Button, bye.